Hi everyone, welcome back to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Hannah to quickly go through our anime disclaimers.
Yes, because you'll need them just in case you don't want sensitive ears listening. But yeah, this is fair warning, a podcast that we're going to be talking about there's going to be language, there's going to be cursing because we're drinking, there's going to be drinks. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
What kind of fucking language is happening in here?
This is bullshit. I know.
It's a family show.
So sorry.
Please don't watch this with your family.
Yeah, don't do it.
Watch it in private.
With the door closed and locked. But yeah, so there's going to be language. There's probably going to be some sexy talk in here.
Some adult themes.
Definitely a lot of adult themes. And that ranges
references
from,
to sexuality.
Yes, sexy sex time and daddies. Lots of daddies.
So many daddies. All the daddies with an I-E-S. Daddies.
Daddies.
Probably some dark elements. Some things that might be uncomfortable. Death.
Sex, violence, drug use.
Mm-hmm. Heavy themes.
We're gonna talk about it all. So if you're a little sensitive about those subjects, please just be aware that it's to your discretion, and don't come at us for watching in dub. Okay?
Mostly don't come at us for that because we are Baka Bitches and we are not reading subtitles.
We are not. Maybe on our own time, but this is podcast time, and we gotta go with the English. We gotta go with the English so we absorb it all.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. Currently, we are talking about Inuyasha.
It's true.
We are on episode 12, titled The Soul Piper and the Mischievous Little Soul.
Ooh.
So before we give you our thoughts on this particular anime, we do have to first and foremost disclose that I am witnessing one of our friends playing a game right now without us.
Wow.
On the Steam, and how dare you?
Absolutely.
Second of all, we are drinking a drinky drink.
Yeah, we are.
That is mostly alcohol. And also, I made cinnamon muffin tops.
It's true, she did. And they're very delicious and cinnamony, and I'm here for it, especially because of the drinky drinks, and I like to do snacky snacks when I drink.
Perfect. By the way, who are you, imaginary voice?
Oh, I'm Hannah.
I'm Stephanie.
So we're not imaginary anymore. Suck it.
Suck it, bitches. So, episode 12.
Yes.
As the wiki states, Inuyasha spots a benevolent yokai called the Tatakamokakari, leading the souls of dead children with its tune. It is harmless when its eyes remain closed, but it becomes fearsome when its eyes are opened. Kagome meets the vengeful spirit of Mayu, the sister of Sota's comatose friend Satoru. Mayu is likely a candidate to be taken to the underworld unless she relieves herself of hatred over her mother and jealousy over her brother. Dun, dun, dun! Yes. And that's where we are this evening.
Yeah, this is an episode that actually stays in my brain.
This was a very fun episode to watch.
Yeah.
There was a lot happening. The characters were well fleshed out and were interesting.
Yes.
I felt like I was very much invested in what was happening with the story.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not here for the rest of it, but I'm not
Sure.
here for the rest of it.
But let's be honest, compared to last episode, this one has a little bit more meat on the bones, if you will. Because, like, as I said, this episode sticks with me quite a bit and has since I first saw it when I was much younger, like 10, 11 years old, or whatever that was. And I remember saying this to you when we were watching it. I was like, yeah, when I first saw this episode, it creeped me the fuck out. Because, like, you have this, like, angry little ghost girl, like, wreaking all the havoc.
I hate angry little ghost drunk girls.
Drunk ghost girls?
I'm drunk.
Oh, same.
I am also female.
True, but we're not little girls. We are women.
Heard.
We are drunk women talking about little angry ghost girls.
Also that.
Yeah. So yeah, like when I was younger though, I was very much like this episode kind of creeped me out in a way. And I think this was also one of the jumping off points to my slight, I wouldn't say obsession, but fascination with the paranormal. So there you go. Hannah's origin stories.
Tell me more.
That would be a whole different podcast.
Okay, we'll start that one.
Yeah, we'll start that one later. If you're into the paranormal. Yeah, this one is one of my favorites. For reasons I don't really know why, but it is.
The characters are good.
It sticks with you.
The story is well fleshed out.
Mm-hmm. It is. For like a 21-minute thing.
For characters that you wouldn't see again.
Right, absolutely. So, more or less, Kagome is back in the modern world where she's supposed to be, doing the normal schoolgirl stuff, like going to school, complaining about it, getting back home, kind of a thing. And it's warmer days now. They're probably into late spring, getting into summer. And after school, Kagome and her friends go to a fast food joint to get some ice cream. Cool down. Very nice thing to do after school. And they're having their ice cream, talking mainly about Kagome's grades and how much she used to be a, top tier student and now she be struggling.
Yeah.
As you do when you take the feudal world as more of a priority than, your modern day life. So they're bagging on her, being like, oh, like the hot guy at school, whatever his name is, like, you really think he's going to go after you and find you attractive if you're not an A student? Like, you're going to be like a B student, and that's, bad grades. And as they're, bashing Kagome for her lack of good grades and all of her fake ailments, they pass by a park and some kids and like one or two adults are there at the park just throwing off some sparklers just for fun, because I guess that's what you do. And
you go out places as a kid with your friends and you want to have fun. Go figure.
Yeah, and so you light off some sparklers, have a good time, and the group stops and kind of watches everything. They're like, oh yeah, sparklers. Like, I guess it's that time of the year. And Kagome sees that behind this small little group of people, there's a girl that appears inside of I don't know what you would call it, just part of the park. It's like a jungle gym thing that's shaped like an animal. I don't know. If you watch anime, there's usually something similar in animes and parks and shit. And she, like, this girl throws out a lit, I don't know, like, what would you call it? What would be the comparison? I don't know fireworks. But it's...
I mean, it was like a sparkler,
Yeah.
but then what was thrown out was like
It's like a curly... Snake. Yeah, it's a snake one, you know, like one of those snake popper ones. So she lights it, throws that on the pack of sparklers that the kids had.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah, chain reaction. So everything's like boom, boom, ba, ba, ba. And everyone's like, woo! And Kagome is just like, with her strong sense of justice, which I totally get. She goes after this kid and kind of corners her in the park. And Kagome's like, hey, that was really rude. Why would you do that? And the girl is just like, I don't remember what she says, but, you know, more or less is like, you know, it doesn't matter, whatever, I do what I want. And Kagome is just like, no, you need to apologize to those kids. I'll go with you, but you've got to apologize to them. And this girl is just straight up like, I do whatever I want. I
hang out with gangs. Is my hot body.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, Cartman.
Appreciate it.
Understood.
Yeah, she's really, like, internalizing that.
Yes.
And Kagome's just not about that. And then all of a sudden this girl is just like, you can't tell me what to do. And all of a sudden flames are just kind of like appearing around them. Like, and Kagome, I guess, is kind of unfazed in a way. She's just like, whoa, that's crazy. And this girl disappears along with the flames. Mm-hmm. And that's when Kagome's friends run up and they're like, hey, like, where'd you go? That was weird. And Kagome's just like, but, like, girl, like, I don't know where she went.
Yes.
And I think that's when we cut back to feudal Japan, where Inuyasha is just kind of hanging out with our flea man, that I forgot the name of.
Daddy.
Sure, flea man daddy. And and they're hanging out, and Inuyasha's just like, I'm bored. Why has she gotta leave? Why she gotta leave me?
Yes.
And
I'm following. I remember this.
Yeah. And I think they're waiting on something. They're because there was a brief like cut to Tetsaiga in like this, like, just covered in honey in like a beehive, probably a special beehive.
Sexy.
Probably demon bees.
Oh, yes,
of
honey.
some sort. So that honey has got to be like off the hook, right? It's got to be.
Here for good honey.
Same. I could be a really good sugar baby. I'm just saying. So if anyone wants to throw honey my way,
Hannah's here for it.
I am. And by honey, I mean like dollar bills.
Mostly money. Mostly money.
That is my
like
kind of honey.
99.9, 100% just money.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%.
That's what Hannah's here for, guys.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to be my sugar daddy, let me know. Hit me up.
Links in the bio.
So many links. Please just DM us. It's fine. Tell us who you want to be your sugar baby.
We'll hook you up.
Yeah. We'll do the things.
Mm-hmm.
So, besides that, so they're sitting around watching Tetsaiga just dip into honey.
I do love to watch a good dipping.
Same. Just very slow.
Sultry.
Very, if you do it
Dip,
right.
dip.
And Inuyasha's just like, how long is it going to take? And Miyoga! I remembered.
Congratulations!
Shit, that like fell out of my mouth.
It did fall.
It really
Because
did.
I feel like you looked equally shocked at me when you said it. Like you were so surprised you remembered.
I did.
Ha
It fell so casually out of my mouth. And I was like, yeah, that's it.
And it was not even a competition, you guys.
It was.
But Hannah
with
wins.
myself.
But Hannah wins.
So, Miyoga's just like, straight up, like, patience, grasshopper. It'll be finished when it's finished. I don't really even know what this demon bee honey is supposed to really do for the Tetsuika, but here we are. And that's when our little fox kiddo Shippo shows up in his like shapeshifter form, which is really just a pink ball that floats in the air.
Yeah, I already forgot that be him.
That do be him.
I forgot.
And Inuyasha proceeds to naturally beat him into a pulp before he transforms back to his actual self. And Shippo is just like, when is Kagome gonna be back? I miss Kagome. You suck. You hit me in the head. And it's bad.
He's literally like a child who just wants their mommy.
Yeah, truly, that is the epitome of
Mommy
Shippo.
is the best. I love mommy. Just bring mommy back. Then mommy
Wait.
comes back and they're like, fucking the worst. I hate my life.
Why did you leave me with Daddy? Daddy hits me.
Yes. I feel like that is literally his personality.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate as fuck.
If anyone out there who is a listener has ever had a toddler, okay, this is literally life. Yeah.
So accurate it hurts.
Yes.
And so Shippo is the epitome of that. And Inuyasha's just like, I don't know, like, they're talking, but it gets interrupted by, they see kind of across the river that there are child spirits floating around, and this one, like, weird looking peach butt thing.
Oh, yeah, the peach butt.
Yeah, that's playing the flute, and the children are laughing and giggling all around it, floating around it, and whatever, and, Inuyasha's like, what the fuck is that? And Miyoga tells him, like, oh yeah, that is more or less the Pied Piper of child souls, if you will.
Yes.
And it's said
Like
to...
deceased.
Yes, like
Child
ghosts.
souls.
Ghosty ghosts.
Yeah, I feel like that was a very clear distinction.
Yeah, it supposedly this Piper leads these children's ghosts and souls to their resting place, more or less. And it comforts the children's souls, and, you know, as they're led off to eternal rest. And it kind of ties into the episode because that little girl that Kagome runs into, it's explained that this girl is a ghost, which took Stephanie by surprise.
Sexy.
So back in the modern time, Kagome is walking with her brother Sota to the hospital. Not that Sota's not harmed, but he's taking a couple, I don't know, maybe 100 or so folded cranes to a classmate's hospital room. And this boy, Satoru, has been in a coma, and his whole class, including Sota have been folding these paper cranes because Japanese, I guess lore you could say, is that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, then
you can have any one wish come true.
Absolutely.
I read that book.
Yeah.
Also, that shit does not work.
Oh, damn. Spoiler alert.
Trial tested, Stephanie, not approved.
Damn. When did you make 1,000 paper cranes?
I'm not like Kix over here, the Kix cereal.
Oh, I haven't had Kix for so long.
I feel like in about, I think I read this book in 3rd grade or 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
So around then.
Okay.
I made all the cranes.
Wow.
Of course I did. I have a Japanese grandmother. I was set on this shit.
There. What was your wish back then?
I can't tell you. It might not come true.
Oh, we're still waiting. Okay. Jury's still out. Okay. Okay, that's fair. I won't ask that. Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Call me out on air. Thank you.
I just needed to know what 3rd grade Stephanie would have wished for, but I guess
my wishes are still the same.
To have like $10.
I would love $10 more. If anyone out there is listening and has $10 hairs,
that is
hit me up. That's literally my minimum.
We're the cheapest of sugar babies. Truly.
Heard.
Anyways, so Kagome Sota walk into the hospital. He's carrying a couple hundred, maybe 50s paper cranes to go add it to probably the other paper cranes that are in the hospital room of his friend, I guess. And Sota's more explaining about Satoru's condition. He's in a coma. Turns out it's because his apartment caught fire and his mom was able to pull him out in time, but he's in a coma from all that, trying to recover. And he tells Kagome, like, his older sister, Mayu, was discovered and she passed away. Which, dark as fuck, right? Mm-hmm. And they get to the hospital room. Kagome meets the mom who was sitting by her son's bedside and sewing something, a little something. And talks to the mom. And as they're there, she sees Mayu peering from under the bed.
In a totally creepy manner.
As one does.
Like in a horror film.
When you're an angy
dun,
ghost.
Dun, dun.
And she ends up pulling on, like, the tube of the IV, I guess you could... I don't know. Some sort of fluid that was in her brother's arm or whatever. And that causes some problems, like things going off electric-dy. And I don't know why I said things that way. But just the room is kind of falling apart. Lights are breaking and, electricity is going everywhere. It's not a good thing. And Kagome's just like, Mayu, stop. Stop it.
There's fire everywhere and I'm burning to death. But also, maybe just don't.
Maybe stop.
Maybe
your mom's
just don't.
Here. Your brother's here.
Everybody loves you. It could be fine.
And Mayu's just like, her ghost appears and she's just like, no, I hate them all. I wish Satoru would have died instead of me, and I hate mommy, and blah, blah, blah. Like, very angry kid. And so she does some more ghosty things, and Satoru's bed, like, lifts up and, like, flops over to the side, and, like, Satoru just, like, is yeeted out the window of the hospital. And, Kagome just fucking looks out the window, is like, that poor boy. Like, doesn't even fucking look down at all. If there was anything, like there was no thud, there was no nothing. But she was just immediately, she's like, that poor boy. And then Inuyasha's voice breaks through. And he's just like, you're absolutely useless, Kagome. Like, how do you fuck something up so bad? You can't solve anything here in the modern world. Like, what are you doing? And Kagome's just like, oh, Inuyasha, you're here. And he's like, yeah. And he's like holding the boy. And he's just holding, like, coma boy. And hands him off to Kagome. And Inuyasha's just like, listen, like, I know you want to solve this thing, but you can't. It's ghost things. Leave it up to the ghosts. Like, you can't do anything about it. This is not like fighting demons in the feudal era. So just leave it alone. You can't do anything about it. And Kagome's like, but no, I must save the angry ghost. And that's when Mayu's, like, floating around, and, like, behind her is the very juicy butt with eyes that are
I did really enjoy
opening.
that.
Yeah, it was
very juicy and sensual.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to, like, spank it, you know?
I do feel that way, yeah.
Like, squeeze it a little. But yeah, like, no, the Pied Piper is behind Mayu, and its eyes are slowly opening just a little bit at a time. And I guess the lore is that if the Pied Piper opens his eyes completely, then it's going to take that child, that ghost spirit, straight to hell. And so when we see it behind Mayu and its eyes are slightly opening, that means the more crazy and off the hook this bitch gets, the more, like, she's just going to hell. But no, can't be bothered.
Of course not.
to like, maybe calm the fuck down. So where does that lead us? Where does that go to? I've lost it. I'm so sorry.
Kagome confronts Mayu, sister to Sota's comatose friend, Satoru.
Yeah.
And then journey to the underworld.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Just dependent on her ability to let go of hatred and jealousy.
Yeah, like...
The end. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, Mayu's a little stink. And you kind of get some backstory of, like, the day or the night that she ends up dying and turning
she
into
died?
I
thought that she came like together with, you know, her hatred and feelings, and she didn't die.
Oh no, she's a ghost. She dead.
Oh,
like, it was the night.
Jesus Christ, this is so morbid. I thought, okay, you guys, I thought what was happening was she was, like, kind of hanging in the balance. Like, if she let go of her hatred, then she could return, like, as a real girl, like Pinocchio status.
Oh, no.
But if she held onto her anger, then she would be taken by the peach butt fuzzy. That's what I thought was happening.
No, she's, like, dead.
Oh, okay.
It's just her soul, her ghost self.
This is so morbid.
Is... Like, Mayu's gone. Mayu's dead in the real world.
Okay.
the thing with the Pied Piper is that it was either going to take Mayu's soul to heaven, or because Mayu was such
child.
but she was so angry and wanting to like more or less murder her mom and Satoru.
Okay.
That she, like the Pied Piper was slowly opening its eyes. And if it fully opens its eyes, it drags Mayu's soul to hell.
Jesus doesn't have a cutoff date unless you're a literal serial killer. Understood.
Yeah. Are we calling the peach butt fuzzy Jesus?
Oh my
Is that
God.
what we're doing?
I don't know. All I know is my world has been shooketh tonight
I know,
alone.
like 2 or 3 different times now.
Yeah. I don't even know what tonight is anymore. Is this even nighttime?
Last time I checked, yes. But yeah, so that's the thing is Mayu keeps being angry and lashing out towards her family. And so because of that, the more she continues to do that, the more the Pied Piper opens its eyes, which means that the portal to hell for her is going to be open and she's going to be dragged into it. And so we get a little bit of a backstory of that night when Mayu died. And it was the winter time 6 months ago at this point. And Mayu comes home and is hoping to have her yukata that her mom promised her, or kimono, I guess, in this case, because yukata is more summer wear. Her kimono ready for a festival. And so she comes home from school. She's like, Mom, have you finished my kimono? And her mom had been taking care of Satoru because Satoru's been
he was
sick.
sick.
Like,
He was
very
actually sick.
Like, very sick, like, feverish.
Real sick.
Not in a good way.
Yes.
And so she's like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I've been trying to take care of your brother all day. I haven't been able to get to it yet. And naturally, that is just not the right vibe for Mayu. So Mayu just lashes out and is just, all you care about is stupid Satoru. Like, you hate me, and like, I hate you, mommy, and like runs off. And the mom is just like, how does a 9-year-old like all of a sudden become 16 and hate me? I don't.
Right, that is fair.
Like, I was not ready for this. Not ready. And so she's just like, okay, well, I guess I'll like get to it eventually. But Mayu runs off. The mom is thinking like, okay, she's run off, out into the world for a little bit. She'll come back later or whatever. And eventually Mayu does. Comes back later in the night, but doesn't like alert her mom that she's home. And Mayu comes into the bedroom and is like, oh, it's nice and warm in here because like a little furnace is going. Has a little like pot of water on it, or like kettle of water rather.
Yes.
And
she was heating some water up.
Yeah, heating some water up. I don't know if it's for like the humidity to make it nice and like moist in the room.
Oh, that's true. That could have been like a humidifier back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
We're not really sure what the intention was.
It's old technology, does.
But regardless, she was trying to get some hot water.
Yeah, she's, doing things for the sick kiddo that is lying in the bed kind of next to it. Mayu comes in. She's like, oh, it's nice and warm in here. Like, throws her scarf over a line that was hung up in the same room, and it's right over the stove. And, she's warming her little pretentious hands.
Pretentious hands?
By the furnace. And Satoru kind of wakes up and he's like, oh, Mayu, like, oh, you should maybe like not have your scarf hanging up there. Mom says not to do that. Don't hang anything over the furnace.
It could be dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
No, shut up. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hide from Mommy because I'm being a little fucking cunt.
Yeah, literally.
That's how it went.
And you
I
better
remember
not say anything.
verbatim.
Yeah. She's a very angry kid. And
No apparent
for
reason.
no reason at like
Like,
8,
her
9.
mom's just being a mom.
Yeah, like a single mom. She's like, I don't know what I did. I'm just trying to
So
do
I'm just
it.
doing my best.
And
Anyways.
so, Maya's like, you better not tell Mommy I'm in the closet. I want to freak her out.
prank on her. Ha ha.
And Satoru's just like, fine,
Okay,
bitch.
I'm tired as fuck, and I'm literally dying and sick.
Like, I have a fever. I don't even know if I'm dreaming right now. So,
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
Satoru falls asleep. Mayu's like hiding in this closet thing. And lo and behold,
Gets
the
burned to
scarf. Yeah, the scarf falls, catches
on
fire. And
The whole place goes up in flames.
place goes up in flames. Mom runs in thinking only Satoru's there, picks up Satoru, gets out safely, leaving Mayu in the closet.
Because of course she wouldn't know about her.
Right.
How could she?
She could not.
To the best of her knowledge, that's not where her daughter was.
Absolutely. She thought her daughter was wandering the streets of Japan.
Which is not much better, but yes.
But, of all the streets to wander, it's better than wandering the streets of America. So, the firefighters, yet again, take the fire out. This fire's good, but then they're searching through the apartment, and lo and behold, they unfortunately find a dead Mayo in the closet still. And so, mother loses a daughter, but saves her son, but the son is in a coma.
A lot less of a bitch.
Yeah, a lot less of a bitch, especially now because he's in a coma for 6 months.
Oh, I love the children who don't talk back.
Yeah, they just lay there and take it.
Yeah. Good baby.
Oh, man. We are even darker than the anime.
We should make our own anime.
Yeah, that can only be aired on Adult Swim.
Exactly.
So, anyways, this story unfolds, and Mayu's still very angry at her mom, even though her mom had no idea of anything. And eventually, Mayu's shenanigans makes the Piper's eyes open completely, and all of a sudden, this Piper takes Mayu's soul, like wraps chains around her and drags her to the place where she died. So it's back at their old apartment, and Kagome is going there along with Inuyasha, and the apartment is now the gaping maw of hell.
Gaping. Why it gotta be gaping, though?
Because that's always what they say, gaping maws.
Okay. Love a good gaping maw.
Same. And
Barely any eye contact as we talked about gaping.
do we ever make eye contact when we make sexual references?
No.
Because we're both awkward as fuck.
Simultaneously hoping it's real life. Gaping.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of my wishes. Anyways, I got distracted for a second. So it is all fire and brimstone in this apartment. And Inuyasha has Kagome on his back, and they're talking about it. And he's just like, I wish you'd leave this alone, as he's like running towards it. And All of a sudden, like, as he's getting closer and closer and gets into the fiery apartment thing, Kagome just straight up disappears from on his back. And that's when he's like,
Oh. Because she not half human, half demon.
yeah.
I only just remembered.
I just now remembered.
She's not exactly who I am.
So she...
Which also tells you, though, that she's such an intrinsic part of what he's doing. He forgets.
He does forget.
I feel like that's kind of telling very early on about what's to come.
Yeah.
Where he's like, she's so deeply rooted in what's currently goings on.
That he's
That, like,
just
yeah, get
oh,
on my back, girl, and
yeah.
let's go.
Ride me hard.
Ride me good. Into the dark, into the crevasse, into the depth of this hole.
Your arms around me good, girl.
And then
And
it's
hold
suddenly
on.
like, oh, she can't come in here. I forgot she's not exactly who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Which
you
is
know,
telling that he's starting to think more about her as, like, maybe not a partner yet, but like a companion.
Yeah.
Like, I bring you along by my side and you're here always. Like, as a reliable, just companion, person thing.
Yeah. You're kind of seeing, like,
So
their...
he noticed immediately that she wasn't there.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I feel like, 10 episodes ago where he'd be like, great, one less thing.
Fantastic. One less thing in my way. I can, like, collect
I
the
feel like
jewels on
this
my own.
character development difference,
Yeah.
we kind of are starting to see already.
We see some growth already in
Maybe this
Inuyasha.
is me reading more into it than it needs to be, but
No,
I feel like this is what it is.
I feel like that's a very valid viewpoint. Like, you know, because it's like, even though he's a dummy and, like, totally forgot that Kagome is human.
He can't help it that he's a male.
Yeah, like, that's
He has
that's
two
just
brain cells.
faulty.
That's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
And he lived in feudal Japan.
Yeah, so, like, that's even more, like, against him, really.
It's like 1.5 and 1.5 brain cells rubbing together, trying to make a spark.
Trying to make it work.
We got this, fam.
Like, all he know is to do Reaver's Soul Stealer. It's fine.
Yeah.
And, so, yeah, like, he's now useless in this fight, and it is now Kagome, all up to Kagome to get this girl out of the gaping maw of hell.
Gaping.
Gaping.
I feel like if I was in anything that was gaping, I'd be like, just leave me here.
Just, it's too late for me.
Can you just, like, send in a grilled cheese and, like, leave me to
Yeah.
die?
You know, like, give me a nice cut of beef, maybe. Like, for me personally.
Oh.
You know, like...
I was like,
because
nah, I'm good, actually. I would
that's not
starve.
your thing. I know, that's not your thing. But, like, for me, like, I'd be like, you know what? Might as well have a nice steak on the way down. You know, that's just, like, nice and charred perfectly.
Okay.
With the flames of hell.
Sure, my standards are not as high. I'm like, yeah, maybe a little Caesar pizza. You know, like a foot long from Subway.
Eat flesh.
Whatever, a bag of potato chips from Sam's Club. You know, whatever you got, really,
I'll
fam. That's
just
fine.
Toss it my way.
Throw it over here. I'm
A
probably
little wiener from Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Actually, no. I can't with that.
That's funny.
Most
That's great.
meats in general,
I
no.
know.
Thank you.
Fair. You're more of a like.
I would rather just be consumed by the gaping hole, which doesn't sound that bad right
when
now.
you think about it.
I mean, when it's in compared to my life.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I just kind of feel like, also like, into the unknown. Into the unknown. Like, maybe it's better. We don't know.
We don't know until we
don't
like go ass first
Yeah.
into it. you know?
Ass first into it.
I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
you always gotta go ass first. So,
Yeah, Maya's journey to
Maya's
the underworld hangs in balance.
yeah, and we see Kagome in the apartment as it's on fire, and she's just calling out, Mayu, Mayu, where are you? And she turns around, sees the closet that's kind of open, and that's where the gaping maw of hell is. And she's like, Mayu, there you are. And Mayu's just like, what are you doing? And Kagome is grabbing Mayu's hand, like holding it as best as she can, as the chains are wrapped around Mayu's soul, still like trying to drag her in. And Kagome's just like, you have to forgive your mom. No! I hit her!
I'm defiant little bitch.
Yeah, like, truly, just, it's fine. Just let her go. Let her go, Kagome.
Kagome's just like, no.
No, I can't.
You have to do it. She loved you. She didn't mean to do the thing. She didn't know you were there.
Don't you want to forgive your mama? And Mayu's just like, yeah, I've always wanted to forgive my mama. And I'm calling bullshit on that. So only reason you want to forgive your mom is because you are being dragged to hell. And that's scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
I mean, like, the whole time you have been trying to murder her and your brother, and now all of a sudden you're like, yes, that's all I've ever wanted. Like, you are literally talking out of both sides of your mouth. Like, literally just tell me straight up what you want. But Kagome's just like, yes, you do want to forgive your mom, yes. And the chains break, and Mayu's soul like comes out of the crevasse of hell.
I love a good hell crevasse.
Same. That's a hell of a crevasse.
Sexiest kind of crevasse.
Truly, it's thick. And Mayu's soul forgives her mama, and Mayu's mom finishes the kimono, and her mom ends up the next day going into the should have been condemned apartment, because like that's on a 2-3 story walk up that this apartment is in, and it's charred to hell. Like, I doubt that thing is safe to walk through, but here she is walking through it, and she goes to the closet where Mayu was found, and she's like kind of calling out like, Mayu, where are you? And
what was that, Hannah? I didn't catch that. I was busy.
Mayu's mom was like,
yes?
I can't do it now.
No, you can.
I can. Okay. Mayu.
Yes.
I can't do it. It's on command.
It's perfect. It's perfect. You're perfect.
Thank you so much. And Mayu appears, and she's like, Mommy. And Mayu's mom is like, Mayu, I'm so sorry.
I don't know why they're all talking like this, like they're from the Jersey Shore, but okay.
Because that is what I've decided they sounded like.
Stop, my cheeks hurt, my stomach hurts. Can you just finish the episode, please?
Yeah, I'll get to it. This is a sentimental moment.
Yeah, I'm taking it cereal.
And
all the cereals.
And so, more or less, the two forgive each other for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And,
mother-daughter shit.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Nobody cares about that.
She's kind of an ungrateful
bullshit.
brat, so, like, fuck. And so they make peace with each other. They're, like, good to go. And then Kagome's doing homework that night, I guess. And Mayu appears and is just like, hey, I just, I'm
sorry, please continue.
Mayu's just like straight, because she has like a new total demeanor.
I'm not even looking. What was she like?
She was like, she was like, hey, Kagome, so like, sorry about like being hella rude to you before. But like, I'm a changed person now, so
my hip cracked because I'm moving around from laughing so much. And I'm in my 30s, so of course my hip cracks while I'm laughing.
Yeah. There's collagen for that. It's fine.
Oh my gosh!
So like, sorry about like what I did to you when I was hangry.
Hannah says that she's flicking her hair. What I did while I was hangry. And then what, Hannah? What did she say next?
And then she's like, look at my kimono. It's so pretty. And
agreed.
Kagome is just like, yeah, that is a pretty kimono. Your mom made that for you. And she's like, yeah, as a ghost, I like just put it on. And now I'm happy. I'm a happy ghost. And she like floats off to the other ghost spirits with the peach butt, playing the song that they like.
Somewhere over the peach butts, way up high.
She's just like twerking.
Aren't we all just trying to be twerking it?
And, so she goes off into the afterlife or whatnot, and more or less the end. That is truly the episode.
Okay. Baka bye.